I'm going to show you the key principles for you to master how to write Chinese characters. After watching this video, I guarantee you'll be able to write more fluently and will be much prettier. Do you believe me? Well, just keep watching. So I want to make this more like a class-like type of video. Let's get started. This is more advanced, so if you didn't practice the strokes, I highly recommend you learn the strokes first. Link this PDF down in the description. In Chinese characters, stroke orders are very important. I'm going to first share with you the principles for you to learn how to write a character. So without further ado, let's start. The first principle is top to bottom. This literally means that when you are writing a character, you need to go from the top all the way down to the bottom. So here are a few examples. First, Kui. How to write this from the top to. So grab your notebook or everything you have. So go with me from the top. So very top is horizontal stroke. The horizontal stroke, follow the longer horizontal stroke. Then the next is this. You can see from the top, this one, and to the bottom, this one. Okay, another example. That's pronounced sweet. How to write this? The same from the top. I'll write this first. Then another. Down. From the top to the bottom. The second rule is left to right. Okay, so you start with the left, then go to the right. Here's some examples. Fun. This one's fairly easy. Left, middle, right. Start with the left and with right. Left, middle, right. Another example. This will be a left-right structure. Hao. So we start with left, it's radical. Then finish, it's right. Start with left, finish with right. The third, well, the first two is really easy to remember. You just almost everything will be like left to right, top to bottom. And the third one is horizontal first, vertical later. Horizontal first, vertical later. Okay, so here's some examples. Chinese 10. Horizontal first, vertical later. Horizontal first, vertical later. This is the Chinese letter 10. Oh, sorry, there shouldn't be a hook here. It's just simple as this. Another example, this is pronounced fun. So the same thing, horizontal first, vertical later. Horizontal first, vertical later. But this didn't mean that every situation you should do this. There's some different situations, like this character 主 has. So when you write this, first top down, that dot, horizontal, horizontal, then vertical, horizontal, and with this. Well, I'm sloppy again, shouldn't have this here. So horizontal, horizontal, vertical, horizontal. Look at this structure. So if the vertical part didn't penetrate the last horizontal part here, then you should save this horizontal part for the last. So same as one, right like this, and same as the part in this character shape. This one had 3 horizontal, so came like this. Remember this part? So that dot horizontal, 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 came down vertical, then horizontal. Okay, so if repeat again, if the vertical stroke didn't penetrate the horizontal stroke at the end, at the bottom, then you need to write this horizontal stroke at the end. Or another example, qing, the color green. So it has this at the top. This part applies the same rule. Okay? Okay, the next, number 4. So the left falling stroke comes before the right falling stroke. Here's example. People, 人, first falling to the left, then falling to the right. Then falling to the left first, falling to the right later. Another example. One, lateral. So from top to down here. So this the come cross here to the left. This come to the right, cross. One. Now do it again. First dot, top to bottom. Then a horizontal stroke. Falling to the left, falling to the right. When there's a character that has more than one falling to the right type of strokes, like this one, 及 top to bottom, so the most top is this, and with falling to the left, then another falling to the left, then right. Okay, let's do it again. Horizontal twist, twist, falling to the left. left, right. Well, I suddenly came up a character that can combine number 3 and number 4 together. Mu means wood. So horizontal first, vertical later, to the left first, to the right later. This means wood. Can do it again. Horizontal first, vertical later, to the left, to the right. Yeah, fairly easy, right? Number 5. When a character is like this, surrounded, and there's something inside here, then we will write out. We will make the outside first, then inside later. Oh, a few examples. Remember, outside first, inside later. Inside later. So a few examples. Yeah, the moon. So how do you write this? Normally, this type of structures you applies to the start with the you apply to the left to right order. So left, right. Let's write this outside first, and inside is two horizontal strokes. Let's do it again. Third, left, right, outsider, inside. Okay, this is surrounded by 3, so this is surrounded by 3 sides, right? It looks like this, right? 3 sides comes inside. So this type always write like this. Okay, another example. Fun wind. Left, right, inside. Oh, normally this part shouldn't be here. I was being sloppy. So left, right, the outside structure, 3 side is closed, and inside later. Another example. So this is top first, top to bottom. So write this first, and the next structure is like this. So left, right. Let's first build the outside, build the wall, outside wall, and comes inside. Easy? There's completely closed structure. Like this one, 回. Like this one, 回. Come back. It means come back. So outside, inside, then close it. For this all closed, you build this 3-way structure first, then fill it with stuff and close it. It's just like building. It's like in a room, filling an empty room. You put things in here, then close the door. Okay. This is a bad example. I need to apply to the top to down. So here, filling stuff, close it. Another more complicated example. 国 country, it means country. So build a three-way structure first. Then fill it in. Oh, you can see this inside. Do you still remember how to write this? Horizontal, horizontal, vertical, horizontal. Okay. Dot. And fill it up. Most of those like surrounding structure is write the surrounding part first and inside later. Another example for this example, left to right, top to down, left, right, outside structure, inside structure. Okay, but there's some different variations. First is you encounter this thing. We call this 走之底 in China. So when you saw a character with this and something here, you see it's surrounded by this, but you need to write the inside here first. A few examples. 打 inside first, horizontal, vertical to the left, to the right. Okay, 圆 horizontal, top to bottom, to the left first, right later. Okay, both write the inside part first, then this part. This part is how. Oh, I almost forgot how to write this part. Dot first, then horizontal go here, the twist, then to the left. And the second one is go from here, the twist down, just like a river down. Okay, that horizontal, a twist to the left, and then a river down. So when you encounter this kind of characters, you know, like more complicated font. All right, here. So first, top to bottom, left to right, left, right. There's the horizontal because this vertical penetrates the last horizontal. So you write this vertical last. Okay. Inside first, outside later. And there's another different is you come across this thing like this. This just apply to the top to bottom. Horizontal, then write what's inside. Remember how to write this? Write this yourself. And others like okay, so from top to bottom actually. When you encounter this structure, then something here, you just go from top to bottom, horizontal, what's inside the stroke. Okay, number 6. The middle comes first. Sometimes the middle will come first, like a mountain. Middle first. Okay, and small, 小. Make this stuff bigger. Middle, right first. This is middle. Oh, this looks like a middle finger. Middle first, down later. Middle first, down later. And water. 水, middle first, down later. Okay, middle first, down later. This is a stroke, but here in the right, for 水, left is continued, one stroke. On the right side is to the left first, and then to the right. Okay. So when do we write this middle part first? It's always those like single structures, but with like a spine. You see, like a spine, just so different to this middle, so tall, and like here are two parts here. So we write this spine first. Actually, there's not much left. For now, you can just remember these 3, and something just looks similar to these 3. You write middle first. Oh, so look like this one. See, it's middle first because it's like, remember this one, right? This one outside is this one. You just add something here. And this one, see? It's actually just add those 2, right? So encounter something like these 3 characters, you just write the middle first. Number 7, how to write dot. Now, a lot applies to the left to right, top to bottom rule. And there's something often common to see, like the door. 门. You will see this structure. You will see this structure a lot. This is actually a 3-way closed structure. And the dot is at the left and the top. So we put this first. This is how we write it. But there's some variations, differences, like in this character. How to write it: top, left, right. When the dot is at here, upper right, we put it very last. We write it at very, very last. Like me. See, where the dot is at the upper right, we write this at the last. And the same as if the dot is be captured in a almost closed structure like this, you put it at last. It's like when you're drawing an eye, you put the pupil very last. The pupil is a dot. But there's some difference. For this character, you write its own structure first and put a dot here. So most of the characters will apply to all those 7 rules when you write them. But there's always some different characters, some outsider maybe. Like when you write this one, it goes like this. The left part. Need to remember when is this horizontal came in. First top, then build up the outside. And when you meet this, so actually it's to the left first, then to the right, right? But it looks like disobey the left right rule, but actually it's just to the left first and to the right later. And then everywhere you see this is how to write this, like in this character. The left part is top to bottom. Remember how to write this. And so let's see some really complicated how they applies to the rule. First this one. First, look at the character. It has 3 layers. First, top to bottom. Top, middle, left, right. Bottom. Bottom is a 3-part structure, so let's go from the left to right. So in all speaking, it's up top to bottom. In this part, that's from left to right. Left. See how they all apply to the rule, including this too. Just like jigsaw puzzles, you remember them. You remember every part, how you write them, then put together. It's just become a complicated character. This you might be like terrified how this is going to be written. So I give you a minute. You can pause here and think about how to write it. Okay. So it's top to bottom, right? Top part, that's left to right. Top. Right. Remember all the strokes. And the next will be easy. Do it yourself. First, I'll write it slow so you can see all the strokes, how they came together. Okay, see how it's structured? Right? And much more simpler one. Just remember those rules: first left to right, top to bottom, and just utilize the strokes. Let's do one more complicated one. See how they all apply to the rule. Okay, so for now you might be able to write every character if you know the other strokes, and just write through the stroke orders I gave you. Let's talk about how you write those letters much more beautiful, much prettier. So I'll give you 3 simple tips. First, you don't have to make every stroke so robotically straight. Robotically straight. For example, these 2 characters. When you wrote them robotically straight, they're kind of ugly, right? They just don't look so good. But if you change this for those structures, for this, you put those 2 lines inside a little bit. It'll be much better looking. Okay, go inside. So this is much prettier than this. And for this one, why don't you make this horizontal diagonal? A little bit too much. A little bit too much. Like slightly. And make all them. This one definitely look better than this one, right? So you need to figure out when to be straight, when to be just not so straight. Like for one you might having trouble writing, I think might be this character. I give you ugly one. This one. How to make it much good looking? Well, pivot this a little bit. Go this make it longer. This one not so straight. Pretty much just like it. So apply to that. just go a little bit not so straight. I go a little too far, but you know what I'm saying. Go and make this longer. This one definitely looks better than that one, right? Don't to go too straight on straight lines. Number 2, when the character has multiple structures. Number 2, when this thing has multiple structures, multiple parts. If you want to make one side bigger, 80% of the time, choose the right side. 20% of the time, choose the more complicated side. You can practice on that. Like what I said earlier, this character. So this is ugly writing. Make this more inner a little bit, right? Move this in a little bit. And this one's much better than this one, right? See, they are almost the same size. And if you want it, and it's okay for the right part to be a little bigger. Oh my god, wrong stroke color. It's okay for the right side to be a little bigger. It didn't seem too much wrong, right? This one's much bigger, this one's smaller. But if you make this side too big, but here too small, it just do not look good, right? This one looks better, right? So the same as this. It doesn't feel like it's wrong when the right side is bigger, but when the left side is bigger, it just don't look good, or it's like a radical. The same as the water. Left side is smaller, right side is bigger. If you just make a box, right, bigger, left, smaller. But if you make left so big, right, that just don't look like a good character, right? So if you had to make one side bigger, try to make the right side bigger. That's just better looking. So the third one is more universal. Have multiple lines. Make sure they almost have the same space. This doesn't look good. This doesn't look good. But this one looks way much better than those two. Same as this. Make sure they almost look like the same, or just slightly down here you can make it bigger. But this doesn't look good, but this looks better than this. Okay, same as left to right. Have almost the same space. And if you just couldn't control the space, make the right space bigger is better than left bigger. Keep the space almost the same. And for the whole structure, okay, make this longer is much more better to look at. You see, this is more condensed. This is just feels much bigger in space. Make the left side more condensed, right side more space. Generally, this feeling looks better than this feeling. Okay, that's all for today's video. So if you want to have a one-on-one coaching, just book a call with me and tell me what you're having problem with. So hope you learned something. See you next time.